Brought to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
A very good evening. Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Michael Jordan Lukoma. Let's start with a look at the top stories.
Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
President Museveni urges member states to deliberate issues that matter. The Health Service Commission alarmed by shortage of specialized staff at Chirudu. Violence mounts repeat NRM elections in the two counties, while Uganda Cranes beat Somalia 2-0 in a World Cup qualifiers game at Nambole Stadium.
Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
So much for tuning in and welcome. Elizabeth Nakakoni joins in for sign language interpretation. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged member states during the 63rd annual session of Asian African Legal Consultant Organization to deliberate issues that matter to the member states. This was contained in a speech delivered by Speaker of Parliament Annette Anita Mong during the opening of the 63rd annual session of the Asian African Legal Consultant Organization in Munyonyo.
When associated the 63rd annual session of the Asian African Legal Consultant Organization AALCO, the session that has brought together legal and diplomatic delegates from over 47 member states, along with representatives from international organizations and legal experts from Asia and Africa. While opening the session, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni applauded AALCO for its efforts towards keeping a significant presence at the international scene.
Today, AALCO's gender remains as relevant as ever, tackling issues such as climate change, the protection of migrant workers, the fight against transitional crime, and the legal implications of emerging technologies. By fostering dialogue and coordinating positions, AALCO ensures that our continent's perspectives are not only heard, but integrated into the global legal order.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni emphasized tackling issues of climate change and border conflicts between member states, which in turn affects relationship and development within member states.
To deliberate on issues referred by member states and to communicate our collective views to the global institutions. AALCO has addressed a wide range of topics, from the law of the sea and diplomatic relations to human rights, promoting inclusivity in global governance. This will facilitate advocacy for stronger representation of Asia and Africa perspective in international legal fora, ensuring that our values, aspirations, and perspectives are reflected in the global frameworks.
Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs Nobati Mao says the conference will address legal issues in terms of relationship and development through international law.
You have heard Ugandans are finding difficulties to enter Dubai. It is in such a meeting such as this that we can iron it out. So far, Uganda has managed to agree with Dubai such that those with official and diplomatic passports don't need visas. We have issues with the countries like India, countries like China. It is in a forum like this where we can protect our citizens.
Attorney General Chiyowa Chiwanuka highlights the key points to be tackled during the session.
Currently we have issues of the law of the sea, international law, human rights, and that is what we are trying to build consensus through the membership. Currently issues of aggression, issues of transboundary conflicts, we have issues of refugees, and that is what we are looking to address during this conference.
A legal discourse that will ensure we are on a platform as far as international trade and investment is concerned, as far as human rights are concerned, as far as the law into the space, sustainable development and environment protection is concerned. Those are some of the things that we are going to discuss.
In attendance was the outgoing President AALCO, together with other delegates. The 63rd annual session of the Asian African Legal Consultant Organization AALCO will run for 5 days. This is the second time Uganda is hosting the annual session of the Asian African Legal Consultant Organization AALCO. The first one was in 1993. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
Cranes have won a second Africa Cup, World Cup qualifiers game at Namboole Stadium, where they beat Somalia 2-0. The goals were scored by Alan Okello in a penalty shootout and David Semugabi during the game. We have something here to show what was in Namboole.
Here, Okello, he strikes and sinks it in! It's Alan Okello, the star boy of Ugandan football. The class has been very perfect. The power on that ball was extreme. And he never disappoints Alan Okello. Anytime when he gets the options of scoring, Alan Okello will not look back. Took his time, but look at this from Aziz Kayondo. Flipped in the box. And the goalkeeper on the other side could not stop the young man, Alan Okello. Struck to perfection. Brilliant. Very, very good finish from Alan Okello. Uganda Cranes now leading by 1-0. And they are soaring. Obita. The V8 engine with another cross. Good header and a chance for Jude Semugabi. He was in the right place at the right time. Jude Semugabi. He's been probing and probing. And by the time the goalkeeper spilled the ball back, Jude Semugabi was there to say, Webarenyo. You have to say, the Uganda Cranes have done their level best to try as much as possible to bring the excitement to this crowd, and they have not disappointed. Aziz Kayondo whips one, Desemukwala with the header. How about that for goalkeeping, really? How about that for goalkeeping? Desemukwala, and then the spill back and give it to him. Jitsemugabi scoring an important goal here for the Uganda Cranes. It's number 2 for a player that actually began his career as a goalkeeper, and now he is.
Beautiful evening it was as we bagged 2 goals and 3 points towards the World Cup qualifications. To correct, it's Jude Semugabi, not David Semugabi. Congratulations to the Cranes. Moving on with more news, the Health Service Commission has praised the progress made at Chirudu National Referral Hospital, but also sounded the alarm over a critical shortage of specialized staff. Commissioners who arrived at the hospital told key departments, including the country's largest dialysis unit, the intensive care unit, and the accredited national laboratory.
The dialysis unit runs nearly 30 machines and handling about 60 sessions daily, a big contribution to the health sector.
The ICU, intensive care unit, where we found a very, very big achievement, and being aided by the new machinery or machines they have in place in ICU. It is also among the big ICU in the country which we have. But then a challenge which was posed before us as Health Service Commission at large was like they have the 9 ICU rooms, but they are managing only 3 out of 9. The reason being that they are having a problem of human resource. So it posed a challenge to us as Health Service Commission, and we are having the challenge number 1, which they have put across for us to look at, and it is under our mandate as Health Service Commission. Once there is a wage in place, secured, and then once there is a declared post available, the Health Service Commission can go on and support them in recruitment.
The Commission noted that while modern equipment is available, service delivery is being slowed down by human resource gaps.
They are also grateful with the national TB and leprosy program, which is put in place and running here. When they come also, they are giving them support. They are also thanked the government, and they are appreciative for the timely salary for the staff. They have thanked the Health Service Commission for the timely and quick response whenever they submit their requisitions. As far as the recruitment is concerned, we usually come in and respond in time to bridge the gap of human resource gap.
The team also commended the hospital's achievements, such as an oxygen plant, 24-hour solar power coverage, and strong partnership and the Ministry of Health.
They have no area or chances for expansion, so they were appealing to the government if they can have more funding in terms of to support them, so that they can have their infrastructure improved and expansion, and also have their wage improved, and they have their equipment maintained, because they have to do the equipment retooling annually.
We expect from their visit a lot of things, some of which have already been handled. Guidance on various human resource related questions, recruitment, promotion, rewards, training, and sanctions.
Joseph Chigozigola and Sudat Kaye for UBC News.
Violence has marred the repeat NRM elections in the 2 counties of Chibale Town Council and Chibale Sub-County, Bukono County, Namutumba District. The violence meted by supporters of Emmanuel Maganda Katoko against those of Pasis Namuganza was mainly in the rural areas of Chibale Sub-County. The elections were conducted in adherence to the NRM tribunal ruling that directed the repeat of elections in 76 villages of the 2 local governments.
Basoga Steven, Basoga Solomon, Barana Julius, kuba ni registrar wa bululu ngaba isirikale kale bankuba kubempi ati vayo bale basanuka bakube ndulu zena nalumuka nakola ki kunze butimpera nunze nategeera ntya mubaliko wange obululu bwakoze eki era na assigninga ki naira ku line yange nayemerera okwo era nze tidi bululu munange bwafunye balondesa n'abaana abato
njira okutukako nateekateeka bagenti bange natandika okulambula abaana njira okutuuka okuvaayo okuyira eno yabagenti bange bentesitese nga babakubye babalumwisa ni polisi ensenyi nga agent abaire ali kwenda batambule ne registra nga babala aye bamulemeseisa bamukuba n'abayisikale bamukuba empi nze n'abakumbali naati okujjayo nga zena bajja kumukubiramu
abina mulala abina babiri abina basatu abina bana abina batano abina mukaaga
Kidi wanokulonda ngamba ile nani wa pasisi agent wa pasisi twalonda tutuse mu kubala obululu batulobeire okujja kubala obululu bwa maganda batubingayo ife twavaayo twabanga tetusayininze kubanga tetusobola sayininga ku kintu kyetutaidi so ebyange byabanga nebyo.
A group of NRM musicians are set to celebrate President Yoweri Museveni's birthday in appreciation of his great works to the country. They say that the president's birthday will mark the beginning of a fresh era of political campaigns, and they are rallying behind the president for another term.
We have organized the Luwombo. It is a concert. It is a mega concert for all artists, NRM artists. It was organized to celebrate the birthday of President Museveni, because we have to recognize him for what he has done. He has managed to protect Ugandans. We have seen NRM has been rebranded. We saw the structures. So we are gathering on that day to celebrate his birthday, also to launch his new vibe as we are entering the nominations and the campaign. So you are all welcome on Monday, on 15th Monday. That is the only birthday for the president. No any other function on that day. So you are all welcome. The Luwombo is a package. Expect much within that Luwombo. On that day we have a huge cake.
And we are preparing about the Luwombo on the birthday of our President Yoweri Museveni. Luwombo, it has a lot of packages. We need people to know about the programs our President Yoweri Museveni has done on the ground. Talk about PDM, Emyoga, and many others, skilling. And this is the time to show him love and also people to know how much he has done in our community. This package, we have a lot of things. We are going to celebrate, we are going to eat, we are going to cut the cake. We have NRM musicians all over Uganda. We are going to be there entertaining people and to sensitize them about the programs of the government. So we request you to come on 15th of September this month. We are going to be here, all the Kampala SS.
We are calling you on 15th September. We have Luwombo here at Old Kampala for birthday of Mzee Yoweri Museveni to Karua. Come one, come all. Entrance is free.
Government has repaid $200 million to the Exim Bank of China as part of the concessional loan for the expansion of Entebbe International Airport. This marks progress in the settling of the $325 million loan that was approved by Cabinet and Parliament to modernize Uganda's main gateway.
Director for Airports and Aviation Security, Engineer Soma Ayub, says the first phase of the project covered the relocation of the cargo terminal, rehabilitation of the runway, and modernization of the passenger facilities.
We are looking in the next plan to put another terminal. That will again increase the number of passengers we can accommodate. We have looked at all our airside areas, which we have enhanced in order to now accommodate the big aircrafts that are coming into play. So the frequency has increased. We are looking at the land side. We have restructured it. We are going to have multi-story car parks. We are going to have so many other features which will be able to accommodate the land side traffic.
Engineer Soma says there is need to support the growth of the aviation industry and calls upon Parliament to approve their budget so that construction of another terminal for larger aircraft can begin in time for AFCON 2027 tournament.
This project of upgrade and expansion, which was approved by Cabinet then, was about $325 million. Currently, we have now completed the first phase of $200 million. This money is being repaid and on time. I have not at least heard of any complaint, but I can reassure the Ugandans that this is a concessional loan, which are normally not very easy to get at a very minimal interest rate. So this is really a very friendly loan, which the government is repaying. We have never heard that it is having any time that it has not been, that is not paying.
He told UBC that the Aviation Authority is working on a new master plan and an additional infrastructure for another passenger terminal.
The main purpose is to ensure that we look at the progress of infrastructure and their development in order to give a good experience to the passengers and stakeholders in our airports. We are looking at assuming now at the new entrance coming into Entebbe International Airport from Entebbe Town has got a problem. What do? We have planned for a new route which we can use. We are looking at so many areas.
Beyond Entebbe, the government is also pushing ahead with the construction of Kabalega International Airport and Jinja Airport to boost connectivity.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanyi kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends friends to form a team of 4 and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
UBC News Tonight. Welcome back from the break. Uganda People's Congress, that's the UPC, have submitted over 29,000 signatures from 118 districts to the Electoral Commission, endorsing their party presidential flag bearer Jimmy James Akena for the forthcoming general elections 2026. While submitting the signatures, Eunice Apio Tuko, legislator for Yam North County, expressed the party's readiness to work within the Electoral Commission roadmap.
UPC,
Lira,
UPC,
Apache,
UPC,
Oyam,
UPC.
I'm just very receiving what you have submitted. I'm verifying the number. We have another process altogether. Verifying that what you have said
is correct.
Is correct. It's not there.
In the system.
Yeah, I'm just verifying the number.
We are here to submit the endorsement forms for presidency for our candidate, the Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena, to run for president. And we've done that successfully. We've successfully submitted a total of 118 districts with full endorsements from about 29,000 voters. We'd like to thank them, thank the structures of the party across these districts and across the country, thank the members and all the well-wishers. And we hope that in a couple of days we are going to be getting the feedback for the next step. We've had a lot of commitment by leaders across the country, the UPC leaders across the country, and the members as well. They worked round the clock in a record 2 weeks to bring out the voters to endorse our candidates across all the regions of the country without us spending a lot.
UPC. UPC.
See you in 2026. Thank you very much.
The leadership of the FDC has advised candidates carrying their flag for positions of municipal and city division chairpersons and councillors to nominate early and avoid last-minute rushes. The FDC Deputy Secretary for Publicity in charge of documentation, Mulindwa Walidi Lubega, says that the concluded nomination of mayors had many candidates disqualified over technicalities and Electoral Commission logistics challenges.
Electoral Commission has started nominating candidates aspiring for positions of municipality, city division chairpersons as well as councillors. FDC cautions candidates carrying their flag to be nominated this week to do it early enough. The Deputy Secretary for Publicity in charge of documentation, Molindo Walid Rubega, says some of their candidates who participated in the nominations for district chairpersons, mayors and councillors last week, particularly councillors, were disqualified due to technicalities.
In Pakani sub-county, in Masindi district, who was denied the nomination due to the issue of the change of name. The middle name was changed, and despite presenting the DD pool as required by the law, the Electoral Commission insisted on further verification with the NIRA, which proved infeasible within the given time frame. The voter verification system was marred with inefficiencies, with the machines operating at a slow pace and occasionally jamming. This resulted in some candidates being sent away by the Electoral Commission, data clerks, to obtain fresh signatures.
On the task of collecting signatures by presidential candidates as for one to be nominated, FDC reports that they have collected 70%, however with challenges of intimidation and harassment of their leaders.
The same has been occasioned in Kamwenge, Chikube and Chankwanz. So these security operatives have posed a risk, issued these threats and confiscated nomination papers, hindering the smooth collection of our signatures.
FDC has also called upon all stakeholders to join it in demanding for electoral reforms that guarantee the integrity and fairness of the democratic process.
2026 election, the Forum for Democratic Change urged the Electoral Commission to redefine the role of security organs, ensuring that they play under the Commission's authority rather than dominating the electoral process and potentially facilitating vote reading.
I'm Nafka Farida in Najanankumbi.
Former Kawempe MP Latif Sebagala has officially announced his candidature for the Kawempe Division mayoral seat as an independent. The announcement was made in Nakawa Division at a press conference.
Alongside Alhaj Latif Sebagala, several other aspirants who failed to secure the NUP card also declared that they would run as independents. These include Bukenya Boniface and Chazike Esther.
As an independent candidate in this race for Bwai-Sewanu parish doesn't mean that I've quitted NUP. No, NUP is still my party. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is still my president, and 2026 is my president.
Those aspirants that expressed interest in the National Unity Platform to be the card bearer for that position, unfortunately, when the results came back, I wasn't given the card. So my people in my community requested me to come as an independent candidate because I am able to. And then an independent candidate, that doesn't mean that I'm leaving the party. I have served my party and I'll continue to serve my party. I'll continue to serve my president, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu.
Alhaj Latif Sebagala emphasized that he would cooperate with the opposition. He pledged to work with NUP President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu in the upcoming 2026 elections.
People power, oye! Mani Dabantu, oye! Latif Sebagala, oye! Back yesterday, I said before I take any decision, I have to consult the people of Kawempe. And today, they have unanimously agreed that Latif Sebagala, I should come and start as an independent, which I have accepted. Independence. We may differ in other various positions, but I want to make this categorically clear that our party, when it comes to our leader, when it comes to the presidential race, we shall all give our support to Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu.
Sebagala also laughed off suggestions from political parties that tried to offer him their cards.
You, that I have many applications, over 7 political parties have requested me to stand on their ticket. But I couldn't take a decision before seeing and interacting with the people of Kawempe Division.
Some aspirants accused Mayor Emmanuel Serunjoji of manipulating the internal selection process. But Serunjoji denies the allegations.
That I'm the one who decided on who to get a ticket and who not to get. And that's false. I dispute it. And I ask whoever has evidence to produce it.
Meanwhile, NUP Secretary General David Louis Lubongoya has warned party members against labeling fellow aspirants as NRM agents.
Out asking for money and all that, that's ridiculous. They are not even smart enough to see that you cannot send messages today and tomorrow at the same time, at the same exact time.
Cayenne Faith, Jamil Sekaja for UBC.
As nominations for mayors continue across different regions, candidates vying for the Kawempe Division mayoral seat have gathered at the Electoral Commission offices at Kawempe Tula. The aspirants from National Unity Platform, the NRM Party and Independents turned up to submit their papers.
National Unity Platform Secretary General David Lewis Ruongoya is unhappy with security agencies for blocking some NUPLC5 candidates from being nominated despite having paid nomination fees.
In the strongest terms possible, all these people that you see here were duly nominated by this party NUP to go and run for district chairperson. Others are not here. Some are from Kasese, Bundibujo, Kituguma and other districts where our people were frustrated from being nominated as LC5 chairperson.
My signatures, they were entering them and telling me they have already used them, including the one of my father and my brother.
The returning officer told me initially that if I don't nominate you, don't cry from here.
Now what I was collecting, they were like I was collecting for NRM, not NUP.
Ruongoya emphasized that they will write to the Electoral Commission for being denied the right to contest.
If the Electoral Commission does not act in accordance with the law, we shall take another step, go to court and all that.
Incumbent Mayor Dr. Emmanuel Selunjoji, who is seeking re-election, thanked Kawempe residents for the trust they have shown in him.
People power! Our power! Our power! People power!
Unfinished business, of course, in infrastructure, we are still, much as we have done a lot, but by the time we came to the division, we found the division with a lot in need, and we have to work on the roads, which are yet to be tarmacked. We have to work on the drains, which are yet to be, or the channels, which are yet to be worked on.
Meanwhile, former Kawempe North MP Alhaj Latif Sebagala, who failed to secure the NUP party card, declared his independent candidacy under the clock symbol.
And today, I'm duly nominated as an independent candidate for the mayoral race, Kawempe Division. And my symbol is going to be the clock. The clock is going to be my symbol because it signifies that this is the time that people power. The power of people speaks. The power of people is more stronger than any other power.
On the NRM ticket, Bulime Farouk promised to prioritize development programs for the ghetto youth and infrastructure.
Look has a really plan. First of all is the creativity in all people, mostly youth, women, and the entire people of Kawempe. Secondly is on skilling. We have to make sure that we lobby for our people, skills.
Joseph Chigozigola and Jamil Sekaja for UBC News.
UBC News tonight. Following the release of the list of party flag bearers for local government leaders on the National Unity Platform ticket, some party members who were denied the flag have decided to run as independents. 5 National Unity Platform MP aspirants from Machindia East constituency, Robert Sechide, Calvin Bakulumpaji, James Kayondo, Amis Kaluva and Patience Ayestije addressed a press conference on about fellow MP aspirants from different constituencies expressing interest in Machindia East, which they have condemned.
Yet they are lying to our people that it is the party trying to bring them here. No, it is not true.
You can see the togetherness among us, and we are here to make sure the public knows. Machindia East constituency knows. The 10 parishes know. Gaba, Kansanga, Bukasa, Muyenga, Namuongo, Nsambya Estate, Chiwuli, Wabigalo, that if someone did not nominate from Machindia East, showing interest to aspire as MP, they will not be vetted from Machindia East. We are so confident in our EMC that if someone was not
for the integrity of our party, to defend the integrity of our constituency,
we are planning to go for vetting on 15th, which is Monday next week. That is where we are. But we were shocked to hear that there is, in fact for me I will be very clear, because this is black and white. Somebody, a certain leader, which you know very well or you've heard about, comes and says, I'm shifting from the constituency where I have been soliciting for votes or where I've been campaigning, and now I'm shifting to Machinga East. Now we are wondering,
managing Uganda debts to the British colonial masters who governed Uganda for 69 years until October 9, 1962. But as Uganda prepares for the 2026 polls to be presided over by the Electoral Commission, the journey of Uganda's governance is a topic worth sharing. Our reporter Daniel Mugoya looks at the preamble of Uganda's electoral democracy and how it has shaped governance with the changing of governments.
The electoral process in Uganda started as early as 1957 with the Legislative Council, which pioneered Uganda's independence. Elections of members to the Legislative Council were held in 1957 and March 1961. There were two political parties, including the Democratic Party and Uganda People's Congress. Kabaka Yeka formed an alliance with Dr. Apollo Milton Obote as Prime Minister. Protesting the electoral process was first witnessed when Buganda Kingdom boycotted the 1961 elections, demanding that their representatives be elected through the Luchiko. DP, led by Benedicto Chiwanuka, won the elections. However, the Buganda Kingdom request was considered and fresh elections were held in 1962. And 21 representatives were elected to represent Kabaka Yeka in the National Assembly. This was the first alliance of Kabaka Yeka and Uganda People's Congress, headed by Milton Obote as the Prime Minister. After independence in 1962, Uganda witnessed the first political crisis as Prime Minister Obote abolished kingdoms. There was the 1966 political crisis that led to the abolition of the 1962 constitution. The kingdoms were also abolished, and the anticipated elections of 1967 did not take place. Milton Obote wrote the 1967 constitution, also called the Pigeonhole Constitution. Idi Amin captured power in a military coup in 1971 and abolished the 1962 constitution. He declared himself president and ruled Uganda by decree. This cancelled elections. Using the same script, the Uganda National Liberation Front, UNLF, overthrew Idi Amin in 1979, and the military government established an electoral commission headed by Kosia Kinchira, who presided over elections in 1980. In the elections, Dr. Apollo Milton Obote led UPC, Dr. Kawanga Semogrere led DP, and Yoweri Museveni was Uganda Patriotic Movement. But the chairman of the military council, Paulo Muwanga, did not give Kosia Kinchira room to announce the results of the 1980 elections, which were purportedly won by the Democratic Party. Muwanga hijacked the process, announcing himself as the overall judge and declared UPC overall winner. UPC was overthrown in 1985 by General Tito Okello, who became the president of the military council. In January 1986, Tito Okello Lutwa was overthrown by the National Resistance Movement, NRA, led by Yoweri Museveni. The NRM had carved out of the Uganda Patriotic Movement.
Nobody should think that what is happening today, what has been happening in the last few days, is a mere change of guards. This is not a mere change of guards. I think this is a fundamental change in the politics of our country.
In 1993, Uganda held elections for members who represented in the Constituency Assembly. At Kaderun village, Atot sub-county, Ngora district, lives Stephen Akabwai, a retired chairman of the then Electoral Commission. Akabwai had led the process which set up the Constitutional Assembly.
The promulgation stage was very exciting for us this year. I should point out that my role strictly was that of heading the commission that got the members elected. Thereafter, the proceedings in the CA were presided over our brother, the late James Wakakaburu.
It is interesting to note that the abandoned ballot boxes in the 1980 elections were used in the 1993 Constitution Assembly exercise. With the promulgation of the 1995 Constitution, Article 60 introduced the Permanent Electoral Commission. Stephen Akawai headed the 7-member interim commission to preside over the 1996 elections. The 1996 elections was the first election in the new 1995 Constitution and was held under the movement system. 3 candidates contesting in the election were Muhammad Chibirige Mayanja, Paul Kawanga Semogereri, and Joel Museveni.
So this was 1 year. This was after a period of 1 year after the Grand Constitution. So how prepared were you for now the elections after the Constitution?
Very much prepared, and NRC were in their wisdom could not have done a better thing. They couldn't go ahead and set up another body. So we were transformed into Electoral Commission. It was called the Interim Electoral Commission.
Cases of violence and political financing are not new. Stephen Akawai Commission experienced reports.
So those were some of the very uncomfortable moments I used to have. But through whatever, whenever I got to know an area with such problems, I would go there myself and what things were. It did help.
From which level to which level did you witness this? Because now, we have elections from the presidency to the local council.
No, in my case, members wishing to be elected as a representative to the CA. There was use of cash. Maybe not to the extent that you see it now. Even at the level of the parliamentary at that time, cash was still the same in both cases.
The integrity of the 1995 Constitution has not been compromised. Akawai responds.
No, strictly speaking, Daniel, you leave us out, those of us who have been responsible for elections. That is not for us to assess. It's for the citizens of the country of Uganda. To assess that.
Despite all, Akawai describes his tenure as an assignment well done with honesty. In 1997, Parliament enacted the Electoral Commission Act to strengthen the independence of the EC. This move increased the term of the 7-member commission to 7 years. Aziz Kasuja, who was a member in the Akawai-led commission, was appointed chair of the EC for 7 years. A referendum was held and the movement system was maintained. The commission championed the 2001 general elections, where Dr. Kizza Besigye appeared on the ballot for the first time. Besigye lost, petitioned the Supreme Court, was unlucky and went in exile to South Africa. On November 17, 2002, a new commission was put in place with engineer Dr. Badru Chigundu as chairperson.
There's no institution I knew before I became the chairman that teaches election management in Uganda or East Africa or even beyond Africa. So it's a new field, a new trend, a new discipline where there's a lot of effort, of self-taught effort. You have to look out for the knowledge, you have to look out for making numerous consultations.
The Chigundu-led commission managed the referendum that witnessed the return of multi-party system of governance and presided over general elections in 2006. In this election, Dr. Besigye returned for the second time on the ballot after he was nominated to run for presidency while in prison. The commission's term was renewed in 2009 for another 7 years. Chigundu-led commission organized the 2011 general elections, which was also the second after the return of the multi-party system. FDC's Dr. Kizza Besigye was the main opposition competitor, running against Yoweri Museveni. Despite the increased scenes of violence, the exercise was described peaceful.
And we must accept the outcome of the voter. When the voters decide, there is always a method, a way to redress any discomfort, any dissatisfaction, but not go in the street. Go in the street is the hooliganism. I don't know of any other country that has got the same depth of democratic process as we do. I'm proud of it, but as I said, it is not a cheap undertaking.
Engineer Dr. Badru Chigundu again organized the 2016 general elections. His books had gone wrong with the then opposition leader, Dr. Besigye.
Yeah, because the disturbance of the other, if you want to walk to work, it's okay, but you do it alone.
Former Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi shared vibrancy with Dr. Kiza Besigye as main opposers in the race. In the competition, the incumbent Yoweri Museveni was announced winner. Amama Mbabazi petitioned the Supreme Court to challenge the results but lost. The Mbabazi petition unearthed areas of improvement by issuing 10 recommendations, including increasing the time for filing a presidential election petition by an aggrieved person from 30 to at least 60 days, prohibit giving donations by all candidates, including the incumbent president. Engineer Dr. Badru Chigundu's term ended on 17th November 2016.
I know there will be time to retire when I can't even change my ribs.
On January 2017, Justice Simon Byabakama was appointed to head the Electoral Commission, replacing Engineer Dr. Badru Chigundu. Byabakama had been serving judge of the High Court. The justice presided over 2021 general elections amid COVID-19. The election was managed under the COVID-19 standard operating procedures. The country was under partial lockdown and political rallies were not allowed. In this election, a fresh, vibrant political party dubbed the National Unity Platform, led by Robert Kyagulanyi, elevated the level of competition. As the competition gained momentum, cases of violence were registered.
Why do you say we do not organize free and fair elections? You spell out the issues. Maybe you may not have been properly informed about some of it. For example, people have not been paying attention to the roles of other actors in an electoral process. They only focus on the electoral commission, period. Even when people present fake academic papers as candidates, electoral commission, you are to blame. Even when people fight at a polling station, electoral commission, you are responsible.
Byabakama's term was renewed for the second time as the country heads to polls in 2026. The February 2026 elections will be the fifth time the country will be executing multi-party system of governance.
We would have loved to do more voter education activities if the funds were adequate. But we don't have adequate funds to carry out the kind of voter education. For instance, we would love to go to the sub-county level and call the people and address them. When you are demonstrating what constitutes an invalid ballot paper, you must demonstrate directly that an invalid, you render your ballot invalid in this manner.
Several opinion leaders and technocrats have raised concerns over further electoral reforms.
If your problem is your tail, it's because you don't see it, it is behind you. So you are always saying other people's tails. So wherever you go, there will be tails because you are carrying yours with you. And we want a peaceful and stable Uganda after President Museveni.
Apparently, over 50 aspirants have picked nomination, eyeing the top job in Uganda for the 2026 general election. If all are successfully nominated, the Electoral Commission will have for the first time received the highest number of aspirants. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. The new Kabode smartphone nebyaka bibyonna.
Get the new Kabode Super Smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. Kumulanga gw'eggwanga ogw'okunyweza obukuumi ku nguudo aba Good Product Group HGO brand batongoza mbutongole kaweefube gwe batuumye Rider Selecting Campaign. Kati osobola okwewandiisa ng'oyita ku kibanja kyabwe ekya www.riders.hgohgo.com. Weewandiise kati ofune omukisa oguwangula ebirabo ebyenjawulo okuli pikipiki n'ebirala ebisibiddwa mu bokisi ne reflector jackets eza HGO n'ekigendererwa eky'okutumbula envuga ennungi mu bantu. Eno y'engeri gy'osobola okwetabamu. Sasula ssente z'okwewandiisa. Funayo mikwano gy'esatu okukola ttiimu y'abantu 4. Olwo ssente ze mukozesezza okwewandiisa zijja kubaddizibwa. Tandika olugendo olw'ekitiibwa kati. Tosubwa omukisa guno. Weegatte ku nteekateeka eno. Tumbula engeri y'okwewala obubenje ku nguudo era ofuuke omuvuzi asoose okuvumbula ekipya. Okufuna ebisingawo kyalira omukutu omutongole ogwa Good Product Group ku www.hgohgo.com oba kuba ku nnamba y'essimu etali yakusasulira noti 8 oba bakyalire ku ofiisi zaabwe ezisangibwa ku Kingdom Kampala omwaliro ogwokusatu. Weewandiise kati owangula ebirabo bya buwanana.
Honorable Fred Biamukama, Minister of State for Works and Transport in charge of transport, invites you to the second phase of the 4-acre model campaign in Greater Bunyoro sub-region. The event will take place at Nalweyo Primary School Playground, Behimba Road, on Saturday 20th September 2025 at 10 a.m. and will be graced by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. All residents, civil servants and leaders from the districts that make up Greater Hoima, Greater Masindi, Greater Chibale and neighboring areas are encouraged to attend in large numbers. This initiative, led by the President, aims to bring ordinary people into the money economy by showcasing farmers who have succeeded in the 1-acre model, 2-acre model, 3-acre model and 4-acre model. Join local leaders and residents in learning how small land can be used to enhance food security and socio-economic growth. Don't miss this opportunity to witness the transformative impact on local communities.
The International Criminal Court, or ICC, will hold a confirmation of charges hearing in the case of the prosecutor versus Joseph Kony, scheduled from the 9th to the 11th of September 2025 in The Hague, in the suspect's absence. This is not a trial, but a process for the judges to determine whether there is enough evidence for the case to proceed to trial. Joseph Kony, the alleged leader of the LRA, is suspected of 39 counts of war crimes and crimes against humanity allegedly committed between the 1st of July 2002 and the 31st of December 2005 in northern Uganda. The prosecution, the defense, and the lawyers for the victims will deliver oral submissions before the judges to present their arguments on the merits of the case. Proceedings will be broadcast each day live on this channel from September 9th to the 11th, starting at 11 a.m. Kampala time.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Now, Uganda Cranes funds forced their way into Nambole Stadium through the stadium's eastern gate. The funds attributed their actions due to allegations that FUFA officials delayed to open the stadium gates for them.
Already late, 30 minutes to the game, but we are still outside.
Nayenga batelezemu
okuyingira kwa kulwana.
Amagazi bino byakisibe bakola FUFA ne muteni.
That was the situation as the Cranes were preparing to face Somalia this evening in Nambole. A game we won 2-0. Thank you so much for watching. That is all we had for you tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni and the whole team. Wish you the best of the night. Bye-bye.